everybody, super excited to teach you these extreme dips. This one is called the Cinderella dip, the princess dip, or the sidecar. Very similar to the jackknife, except for instead of keeping her arm behind her back, she holds on like she would in a safe dip. So let me walk you through the steps. Really important to remember the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Make sure that both of you are thinking about your partner. That you have good grips on each other and that you're close enough to each other, that he has a really good base, and that she bends that knee and points that toe. Just to show really quick how that looks. That bent knee and point toe really is what helps her balance stay there, and his base is what keeps them from falling over. See how wide that base is. Gents, make sure it's a comfortable base for you. It keeps you from toddling forward. You can see it's a squat, but it's a little offset. One of his feet is more forward than the other. Some guys prefer to lunge. But with this dip, I would recommend a squat. So let's walk through this really quick. So you start as if you would the cuddle bop. It's a really natural way to get into this. And instead of twirling her just once, you're going to twirl her twice. So to twirl, you're going to bring your hand in the air like this and keep it up there to keep her twirling once and twice. Do you see his hand, gents? See how he has his middle finger? That's what she's twirling around, like she's on a little stick. She's twirling around that finger. And as soon as he's ready for her to stop, watch this hand. He's going to show her with a hand on her back and by bringing his hand down. So right here, he puts his hand on her back and he's going to guide this. Let's see. He puts his right hand on her back and his left hand, he guides her arm around his shoulders. So he's going to turn her till she's looking at him. Then he puts her right arm around his shoulders and he puts his right arm around her lower back right here. And ladies, watch your left arm. You don't want to get it stuck in there. You want to lift it just enough that you get over his shoulder so you can, or over his arm so you can hold on to his shoulder. So right here, he's going to turn her body till she is facing the opposite direction as him, and she's tucked right inside his pec muscle. This arm, he's thrown up and around his neck, and the other, she holds on to his shoulder and bicep, just like the safe dip. Lots of handles going on here. And you can see he's beginning to set his base. So you go back a little bit. See, he's here, he's bringing her in, and he set his base. He set his base as he brings her in close to him so that when he dips, he can do so without falling over. So this is a part, ladies, where you want to stay really close. The closer you are to your partner, the lighter you are in the dip. And then gents, you want to use your hip as the leverage. Ladies, you're going to kind of be sitting on his hip, but he's going to pick you up. Some girls like to jump into this. You can, or the gent will lift you. It's really good to have good timing together with the music so that as he lifts, your little jump will help, because he's going to jump her up right into this dip. Boom. Now see how she is across his leg? Right there, she's sitting on his leg, and it's her lower back, so not necessarily her booty, but it's her lower back, her center of gravity that is leaning against, or that is over his leg, and that's what keeps the balance. With this way of looking, we have lots of handles here to make sure that you don't fall, but the real leverage happens here when her legs, when her bent knee comes up and leans against his shoulder, when her straightened leg does the same, he can sit back into that leg and both of them can let go of their arms, because the leverage happens right here on her center of gravity, on his thigh and hip, and when her legs lean against his back like that. But you can definitely hold on. It's really fun. You can tilt your head back, ladies, if you'd like. And remember that bending one knee and pointing the other toe is what makes this dip happen. Now, something really important. It doesn't matter, gents, how high you get the girl. What makes a really smooth move is how well you put her down. So right here, as you're coming up, ladies, don't let go until you feel your feet on the ground. And gents, pick her up super softly. See how he, and I want to show you this in real time so you can see how gently he put her on the ground. This is a dip that you want to hold because everybody's looking at you. And you definitely want to hold it, gents. This is really important. Hold this dip until she reaches her full extent of that leg. If you don't, she has two momentums pulling her body, and it puts a ton of pressure on her back and neck. So don't come up from this dip until you feel both her legs touch your back. Then you can go down. It's like with a yo-yo, waiting until the yo-yo comes all the way up to your hand before you go back down with the yo-yo. It's the same concept. Her whole momentum and body is going this way. You want to get there, hit that dip, let her body fully hit that extent, and then go back down. Boom. And just really carefully put her on the ground. See how he bent his legs a little bit to make sure she was safe. A ton of that happens just in lifting her up high enough so that when you set her down gently. It's like when you're doing a push-up or a squat. If you don't, it's really easy when you're going down to just let momentum pull you down, but if you lower yourself down slowly, that's what builds real strength. So that is what shows real strength when you're doing a dip or a lift, is how softly you put her on the ground. Boom, just like that. Remember, with every dip, when you finish, this hand is key. Gents, this is your right hand is key in guiding what she does next. So if you watch that hand, he's going to flip her out. He's going to take that hand, pulls, and then watch right here, flips. He is spinning her right there. He's flipped. Then he stuck out his left hand to catch her right. Touches her elbow, catches her hand, goes right back in to the cuddle bop. So, one more time, let's watch it through so you can see how fun it is. 2 spins, go up, hit the dip, come down softly, spin, catch.